This week on True Bloods, Deebs and I made a lot of claims on other Blues podcasts, and they all came true.
We bounce into this week. We got the Lions on the home deck. Let's go, Faithful. Up the Bloods.
Go, boys.
Is this the most one-eyed podcast?
It's what we're here to do. There is only one side in this competition. It's game-changing.
It's absolutely game-changing, Deeble.
Riddle me that,
Yeah,
Matt.
riddle me that, Deeble.
Do you remember? It's what we're here to do.
This is True Bloods, the number one independent Sydney Swans fan podcast. And we are back in the studio to talk about that win over the Baggers, the upcoming clash against the Lions, and everything else. Sydney Swans, joined as always by Madison Clark. Who are we brought to by this week, Mads?
Yes, we're brought to you by the wonderful people at Chadstone Toyota, the Rising Sun Hotel in South Melbourne, and of course, the great Footy Finds. Find him on Instagram. We're 1-0, Deebs. We're 1-0. How bloody good is that?
Yeah, it's ripping, mate. It's the start we needed. It definitely didn't all go to plan per se.
No.
Clarko,
Per
but
se is
to come
correct.
out of that with a 10-goal win, sitting top of the ladder after opening round, you can't really ask for more than that, can you, Clarko?
Oh, you probably could. You probably could for mine, Deebs.
For yours, you
For-
want more
for mine-
early on.
Yeah, I think I want a lot more because, and I want to be really clear about this. It's a phenomenal way that we've gone about getting back into that game and getting the win. But I just think there's a lot more that we could be doing because I think if we were playing a better side than that, we probably would have lost that game.
Definitely. You can't rest on the laurels of, expecting a 12-goal quarter to get you out of the shit, Mads. But in terms of outcome, it's a good way to start off the year compared to, what we had last year. That's for sure. It's great to kick off the season with a W.
Yeah, for sure.
There's definitely some things to work through and some places to improve on. It's far from perfect, but I think we saw the body of what we can do as a footy side, and when we've got all those boys firing and our best players playing well, we're going to be a tough commodity to beat.
Well, I think, and you touch on something there that I think is important. So what I was sort of feeling at the time was it was a bit like 2024. It felt like a bit of sort of a flash of brilliance rather than the system doing what it needs to do to win a football game, right? But I've watched it back again. And it wasn't, we're not talking about individual brilliance here. We're talking about our top level of players playing to the back of their football card, as we say, Deebs.
Yes.
And playing with the talent that we know that they've got that is innate in them. And we pour on 12 goals against a relatively hapless Carlton. So that was pleasing to see. I think you can put a lot of the first quarter and the second quarter in large parts down to a bit of cobwebs, maybe being sort of ready to go for so long that you have a bit of an exhale in the sort of early stages of the game. But I think, we were pretty fumbly, and structurally we were exposed down back a few times. So I just think I look back on it and I go, yeah, I love the 12 goals, but there's a lot of clear things that we can fix up.
Yeah, a big aspect to the game, Clarko. You got the physical side, but you got the mental side of the game. And I just think you can put it down to being a little bit over-roused.
Yep.
Or arousal levels were too high, Clarko. It was nearly a kamikaze type setup that we were going forward with the ball, taking on the game at every opportunity, not even looking. And, those dump kicks were very evident. We weren't thinking before we went, and there weren't too many players who were, calm and composed with the footy. But there were a couple of guys who started to get us going in that second quarter, and they dug us out of a bit of a hole. And I think, as you touched on a few minutes ago, if we were playing a slightly better side than Carlton, I think we would have found ourselves down by sort of 5 or 6 goals, but didn't quite get there, got to 22 points, and then the motors start to kick in, the game plan started to click in, and we were ready to go.
Yeah, it was funny. I went outside with Bally one of the faithful at halftime. And I was sort of really rethinking things a little bit. I'm going to be very clear with you, faithful. I was concerned with the setup. I was concerned with the fumbles. I was concerned with players going missing. I know it's the first game of the season. I think I just had in my head what I hoped it would be versus what you received.
It was very, very worrying.
It was hard to watch.
It was, but the cogs in the game did start to turn on.
But the second quarter was better. We got on top in the second quarter. We just didn't execute.
Yep.
You know, you had Amadi bellying the ball. You had Charlie hit the post. You know, the opportunities were there. We were winning more of the football. The passages of play from D50 to forward 50 were getting a little bit cleaner. But, I mean, Carlton were putting the scoreboard pressure on. And especially in the start of that third quarter, as you say, to be 22 points down, it's pretty concerning. But boy, did the engine room get going.
The engine room got going, and it was the likes of, I thought Chad sort of was one of the guys to really lift in that second quarter. When it wasn't happening, he was someone who could get separation from his opponent.
Yep.
And that's what's such a weapon with Chad in the midfield. He's been able to get that separation, those little kicks that a lot can get frustrated by. A few of them went to target and really opened up the game and got us some nice forward 50 entries.
Yep.
And Juzzy was one of the only
Huge.
guys from bounce one who actually looked composed with the footy. I was really the biggest thing to come out of that was Juzzy and his decision making.
Yeah.
I think that's a part of his game that could well have gone to a new level, to be ready to go from bounce one. It was really impressive from, not one of our big three, but, have 30 and 3 for the day. And he was one of the guys to really be the catalyst to getting going in that third quarter.
I'm going to say, and correct me if you have a different opinion, I reckon the ball drop has just gotten that little bit shorter, and we're seeing him pay dividends on the field, Deebles. Just a little. He's just worked on it over the summer, and it's just a little bit of less time between the ball, which is usually up here, down onto the boot, faithful, which I'm pretty excited about.
We need one of the boffins in,
Yes.
on Twitter or something like that. Can we get a time from hand to foot from last season to this season, and can we get that fact
a
check?
direct comparison? Because I think there's something in that. Just in terms of people, you mentioned being composed from the start. I don't think it was just Juzzy. I think Jai Sarong was pretty composed at the start. In a guy who's not played a great deal of senior football. First game for his new club, I thought the defensive effort, the pressure acts of 1%ers, and just with ball in hand, really, really, really pleasing.
Yeah, he was one of the few to be able to get his hands on the ball early. I think he had sort of 14, 15 touches up until half-time, Clarko.
Yeah.
Didn't touch it as much in the second half, but when we were backs against the wall in that second quarter, Jai Sarong was definitely one of the guys to, definitely propel the ball forward and attempt to get us going in every capacity that he could.
I mean, I think Wixie is in a similar vein, was moving the ball well. It was just, I mean, that we were getting really run over the top in the first couple of quarters. And I'm sorry to go back there, but I think, to me, if I looked at it, I didn't care about the third quarter. I've skipped over the third quarter. I've looked at the first and second quarter. That's what I've been focusing on. And I think, there's a lot of things that we can clean up and become, because that's what's exciting. These are easy fixes.
Yeah.
Right? Just unforced errors, dropping uncontested marks that lead directly to goals. But guys like Wixie, guys like Jai Sarong were pretty solid from the start, as was Justin McInerney.
Yeah, one of the things I did take some solace out of is it wasn't like Carlton were dicing us up with ball movement, moving it fast, getting it inside 50. They had a few good passages throughout the night, but when you look at, I think when they had 7 goals, 4 were nearly from errors or from opportunistic things, right?
Pitting it turns into a prime Dean Cox all of a sudden.
It wasn't even that. It was like stuff off the ground and like just doing his own like roving work, but like hard, just like kicking it off the ground for a goal.
Yeah.
He kicked 2 like that. There was the direct turnover from McCarlton early on that went in. You had and you had the Blues player, I can't remember who it was, kicked that one out of his ass, like snapped it, and the ball was floating through, didn't hit it well. And that was 4 of the 7 goals, Clarko.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't like they were slicing us up through the middle, hitting up on the lead and kicking goals.
As I say, if you look at it, the goals that they kicked in the first quarter were directly as a result of unforced errors from us, under no pressure as well.
Yeah.
So, these are things when I say you can get rid of these cobwebs and you can have a more complete performance. But as I say, if you're playing like that against a Western Bulldogs or someone of that ilk, you're going to have 6 kicked on you.
Putting in that 10 to 15 minutes like we did,
Yep.
you can't afford to be doing that too often throughout the season.
You can't.
Yeah, there needed to be a little bit more ball controls, like control that speed on the ball and just go back to the fundamentals a little bit. I just don't think we had the gear ratio quite right.
What I did
Clarko.
like, so I think questions were probably asked of Dean Cox in the first sort of quarter, and then going into the second quarter, how do we respond, right? I think the interesting thing for mine, Deej,
for yours,
was did you have a look at the first ball up of the game, right? You had Errol and Chad at half forward.
Yep.
Your centre line was made up of Heaney, Rowie and McInerney, right, and Grundy. That things turned around, directly around when Errol went in the middle. Errol, I don't think he would have had a CBA before that clearance he gets that leads directly. I don't think it went directly to a goal then, but we got that clearance after they kicked the 2 goals in the third quarter. He was playing in half forward.
Yeah.
So that immediate change of bringing Errol into the game and into the guts made all the difference.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Why do you think they both started at half forward?
I can't give you the answer to why, but I think they really rate Juzzy's smartness around the footy, and I think they rate his clearance work. So I think that's why he was sort of getting first crack in the middle.
But why wouldn't you have Heaney forward and Errol in the middle?
Look, there's so many you can run through there. I can't tell you why they didn't, but I think that's a reason to why they could have in there. Bit of balance in there with Rowie being the in and under guy. And who was the other mid in there?
So it was Heaney. It was
Haynes
Heaney. So the first ball up was Heaney, Rowbottom, McInerney. Which great. I have no issue with the mix up of talent in there. I'm just sort of thinking if you're setting up a ground, I just would have thought if you've got just Errol and Chad at half forward together, it just doesn't seem to make sense.
It doesn't quite add up.
Yeah,
I think you are going to see Haynes spending a lot of time there and Chad spending a lot of time there. Chad, that was one thing that sort of let Chad down last year with his hands. I reckon he's probably gone to work a little bit with the hands. Hopefully that can be a real weapon for him this year.
For sure.
You're definitely going to see Heaney and Chad there, but it was interesting to see Errol spend a fair bit of time there in that first half.
You know what I loved?
What did you love?
22 minutes it took Papley to come on the ground.
Yeah.
And the way we've utilised that as the first game of this season, basically being the guinea pig of this new bench number. We've set the blueprint for how people are going to use it, and it's going to be beneficial when you've got impact players like that. You saw Collingwood do it with Pendlebury as well.
Yeah.
I think it works so well, and he comes on with such velocity and energy. And they even did it with Charlie. Charlie was off the ground for 20-odd minutes.
The blueprint against the Blues.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, no,
literally.
It was a phenomenal tactical move from the Swannies.
Really good.
We know that, Paps is a little bit underdone. If it was back to last year's rules, he's probably playing as a sub or even may have got minutes in the VFL in case, that injury happened, early on in the game. You didn't want him playing those minutes. But, yeah, phenomenal work tactically to, play in that sort of 55 percent game time, get the minutes in. And the most impressive thing was Paps has still got it. He looked sharp. He was a real igniter, at the back end of that second quarter. And that third quarter, his handballs, the speed he was attacking the contest, as you say, Clarko.
Yeah.
It was a really impressive thing to come out of the game.
It was great. What did you make of Ollie and Will's return?
It told me that I've got a real sick part in my body. Because I loved it when Ollie turned it over in that third quarter. I was like, look, that's the stuff we used to hate as Swanee supporters.
He's sick. He's sick, faithful.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's sick.
Were
but
you
like,
booing him at the riser,
no,
were you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. I'm
There were
not like that.
There were no boos
But
at the ground.
there were parts of me that was like, well, that was a shocking time of the game to turn it over like that.
I didn't sit there going, fuck, why did we get rid of him?
Rid of him. That's it. And Will was on the scoreboard early. He's given the quiets.
That was pretty good.
Pretty funny. Gone a bit early with that, possibly. But look, it's no qualms. It's exactly what you say. I don't think we're gonna miss him as a unit.
No.
As people, absolutely. But how they slotted into the 23, I'm not sure we're going to miss him.
No way, shape or form.
What do you think?
I agree. I think for mine,
For yours.
that needed the head was deliberate.
Yeah, interesting.
He looked down. If you look at it, and I was like, no, it's got to be unintentional. It's got to be accidental, right? Dad called me and goes, you know what? I've looked at it in slow-mo and at speed. He looks at him. And he sees his head coming up.
He definitely didn't try and avoid him.
No.
It's not like he tried to jump over or...
And then he hit him and didn't even look back.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not...
Interesting. They got stuck into each other.
Yeah. I tell you what. How fake tough are the Blues?
Yeah.
They are so fake tough.
Justin McInerney lives rent-free in Paddy Cripps' head.
How's the leadership from the Blues? The skipper getting sucked in. He's so lucky that McInerney didn't kick his fourth for the quarter.
Yeah. And how good would that have been? How good would that have been if he'd kicked that?
Yeah, it would have been the best. And pressure's on Cripps now.
And Cripps gets marched up to full forward away from the contest so he doesn't give away any more free kicks. That's when you know you've got in their head, faithful.
I loved it. But yeah, they were real fake tough, the Blues.
Yeah.
Like Harry Dean.
Oh, Harry Dean! Harry Dean! Getting stuck in! Who are you?
Just getting into it. I think it was James Joyce. It was after Logan McDonald took that grab and he's going in charge.
Yeah.
It was so weak.
No, he went to Charlie.
It
was Charlie,
well.
yeah.
He did it again in that bit of play. So it was just so weak and wussy Blues. This is a club, their supporters come out so tough, giving the most shit out of any club in the competition, and they get smoked like that in a quarter of footy. Done all over 15 minutes. That's all you need against the Blues. Wussy footy club. But their supporters talk so much shit, bro.
Oh,
so much shit. I'm all for banter and talking about the game and all that shit, but some of the stuff that they come up with, and then their club performs like that, know what you've got at your disposal, because I don't think there's much under the hood at the Blues.
There's nothing. They're a bottom four side.
Yeah.
They're a dead set bottom four side.
Yeah, wussy footy.
But how funny is it when you get all wrapped up in watching practice games?
Yeah, it's great. They're just
I reckon we're a chance.
Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
What's the definition of insanity?
It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, Steve.
You got to expect that, Blues faithful. Oh, Clarko, should we jump into our True Bloods Player of the Year? It's back.
The Rising Sun Player of the Year, brought to you by the Rising Sun Hotel.
2 Raglan Street, South Melbourne. Best steaks in the land.
Well, we haven't even talked about Charlie though.
We haven't. No,
just quickly.
Honourable mention.
Just quickly. Charlie Curnow did everything I needed him to do in that situation.
Well, six pings at the sticks.
Hey, 3 tackles.
3 tackles.
He doesn't tackle. He doesn't chase. He'll let you down like he's let me down. He's never looked happier. Never looked happier. It's taken 3 months. 3 months. Imagine being a Blues supporter.
Oh, we said it last week, Clarko. Baggers, have a look within the 4 walls. Come on. It's been one game. If you can't work it out now, I don't think you ever will. I think the problem, why Charlie Curnow wanted to get out of your club, it's from within the 4 walls. Just saying.
But great to see him all getting around him.
Yeah. How good. You talk about moments, Clarko, if he kicked that one around the corner on the left.
Dude.
And hit the one that hit the post.
Yeah, it would have been fantastic. But even still, I mean, hitting up Amati with the first touch that he got.
Yeah.
Chasing down Chesser for holding the ball.
Yeah.
These are all great signs. Doing team things, not phoning it in. Doing the defensive aspect, getting up the ground when required. Everything you need to see. It's fantastic.
One of the best things to see is he looked a part of the system.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not just, this is our gun forward. Let's get it to him at all costs and let's burn everyone else, a la the later years of Buddy Franklin. This is a guy who is a part of the ecosystem, the environment, if you will, Deebs. He's not beyond the environment. He's inside the environment, which is great.
And I just hope we see so much more of like the Chad hit up to him.
Oh, yeah.
The separation he got on Wiedering, the first opportunity, we hit him up. It's when the time's right. Kerno's the guy, but yeah, we saw everything we needed.
Yeah, massive. Malcolm Roses Jr., electric. Phenomenal first goal in red and white. Absolutely loved it. Loved his defensive acts. Loved his pressure. I'm just thrilled with all the new recruits, Jai Sarong, Malcolm Roses Jr. and Charlie Curnow, all down at the Clovelly Hotel the day after together, which is good.
Very good.
Got a snap together, which
Absolutely.
is fantastic.
Brody Grundy's work got it.
So for mine, Deebs,
For yours.
I think he may get a Brownlow vote.
Little bit. He doesn't quite work his way into the votes just because Pito did kick 3 snags. That's the only reason.
Yeah, that's fair.
Direct opponent, Pito was okay all day.
Yeah, even though they were all out of his ass.
Yep. Another honourable mentioned, and this guy lifted to the level, Matty Roberts.
Yeah, Matty Roberts was huge. Now, he was on the fringe for someone, I think, last week, wasn't he? Wasn't he, Rexy?
Yeah, on the fringe for you.
No, it was you. You.
Well, he was on
said it.
He was the 23rd pick for you as well.
No, he wasn't. I didn't have a pick.
Look at this guy trying to base me. Bloody hell. I probably had McLean in front of him, but, he's still the 23rd
No,
pick.
he was phenomenal.
Yeah, but like lifting to the level.
Two goals.
Took his opportunities.
The confidence. And also having the license, dude.
Yeah.
Having the license to be able to do that. They know he's a good kick.
Yeah.
It's really good. Really pleasing to see.
All right. Let's get into the votes. True Bloods Player of the Year brought to you by the Rising Sun Hotel in South Melbourne.
2 Raglan Street, South Melbourne.
1 vote, Isaac Heaney. 20 and 2.
How good was his goal out of clearance?
Yeah. It's that's one of the most exciting things is Isaac running forward of the footy. That was a great part of our game in general was that handball to space and running on. Saw were they both from Errol?
So they were, and that was a hallmark of there was the Juzzy goal and that goal. A hallmark of our game that we started to see in the second half was that pace on the footy, that breaking lines, the overlap run, not through precision kicking, but rather handballing.
Well, yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
So Haynes, we've seen him back in some good form early on.
Yes.
Worked his way into the game. A little bit quiet in patches, definitely that first half, but was definitely one of the igniters to get us back in that game. In the third quarter, 2 votes, Clarko.
2 votes.
Errol Goulden.
Correct.
27 touches, 11 tackles, absolute workhorse, 8 inside 50s, Clarko, which is something that we love to see.
Dead set, massive.
Get the ball in your best ball user's hands, and the ability to hit the 1-2 is something that just ignites the game. And Errol running to the right spots, getting that kick in the back line and just going on the run, hitting up to Lizard and getting Heaney inside 50.
He's got an enormous footy IQ, doesn't he?
It's huge. It's huge, and he was absolutely phenomenal. And who does the 3 votes go to, Clarko?
Obviously, Jay McInerney.
Juzzy.
3 votes.
This is Juzzy. This is Juzzy.
And he certainly was Juzzy. This is the Juzzy at sort of prime form. This is Chris Judd. This is Nathan Buckley. This is Mark Rashudo. This is Justin McInerney. This and if he can do it with the bravado that he does so well, if we can continue that into the following weeks, we're going to be seeing a lot of that after Dan Gorringe absolutely wrote him off.
That's it. 31 touches, 3 goals, 6 inside 50s, 2 clearances, 3 tackles. He was everywhere.
Go, boys.
Nearly had 4 goals to the quarter.
Should have.
In that third quarter.
That was frustrating.
Yeah, it was. But, mate, just phenomenal. It's a really well-rounded performance in a way from individuals. I know our game was played in patches, but I don't think we relied on the stars.
As I said, it's easily fixed. It's easily fixed.
Even you look at Tommy McCartan up back. I think you did that was one of my Chadstone Toyota's keys to the game.
Keys to the game.
Clarko was keeping Harry Mackay to 2 or less goals, and he was only gifted the one with a errant handball from Isaac Heaney, which he got one on the board early in the third quarter or fourth quarter, I think it was there, Clarko.
God, Haynes would have been furious.
He wasn't happy with it, and but no, the boys in the back line did a really good job. And Tommy, you question him when he's got ball in hand. You get a little bit nervous, but he's definitely playing the lockdown role really well.
My Chadstone Toyota key to the game was Brodie Grundy.
Yep.
And like I said, I strongly believe if it wasn't for him in that first half, we would have been down by a lot more because the way he works back defensively and helps out, the way he moves around the ground. This is what I mean about the tactical use of the 5 on the bench. That's going to have to be something that we look at with Grundy because we don't want to overload him, but he is so goddamn important to our football side.
Yeah. No, we love what Broads brings. It was interesting. I think we saw Logan chopping out at some stages, the Pirate in there at some stages.
See, it's a Marty or nothing for mine. I don't want to see Laddams. I don't want to see. No, I do want to see Laddams. I don't want to see Logan doing a lot of work. Yeah,
you don't want to see a lot of it. And look, it wasn't a lot of it. He definitely took a few contests. Let's just have a look at the hitouts here.
46 of the best.
46, Joel with 2. So, I think they're just going with the, he's going to spend 85% of the time.
Yeah, but that's not sustainable.
Yeah.
That's not sustainable. It's not.
You did it last year.
Yeah, I know.
Wasn't injured, and when we were calling for someone to have a rest, we're like, Brodie, have a rest.
He's another year older, though.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm just sort of comparing it to last year.
I just think now with the extra on the bench, I think there's a way to manage how tall we are up forward and give Brodie a chop out. And I think the answer is Peter Laddams, personally. And I was spruiking that at the Columbian on Thursday night after post-game. But look, at the end of the day, the cream rose to the top.
It did.
Which we had expected it would. It's really exciting. And I think there are a lot of guys now we can clearly see are in scintillating form, which hopefully we can use as a foundation for a very, very successful season, Deeps.
That's it. Well, we might throw to a break and we'll be back right after this.
Welcome back to True Bloods.
Yes.
I was probably too close to the mic then. Sorry, faithful. But I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to have seen a dub in Sydney.
Yes.
It's always great going there.
Talk me through the time up in Sydney, Clarko.
When I go to Sydney, my name's Mads, and when I travel to Sydney, I stay at the Clovelly Hotel.
Very nice. Hospitality on point as always.
Just doesn't get better than that. I walked in and saw Kieran and Weary Connell.
Yes.
The Wolf of Watsonia. They were in there having a beer.
2 loyal members of the faithful.
It was really nice. My room was perfect, nice and ready when I got there, went up, had a shower, got down to the Bat and Ball. Boy, was it steamy up there. Dude.
Steamy at the Bat and Ball. Yeah. They haven't worked on the air conditioning conditions
I think just broadly Sydney, I think you would have been very uncomfortable in it.
Humidity part. One of the key reasons I didn't want to go. No, I'm absolutely lying. I'm absolutely lying.
It was a sauna last time.
It was that. What was it? Opening round Melbourne. Against the D's. Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, even saw on the players, their jerseys were sticking to them. They were saturated. Yep.
Sikanos was in...
Sikanos in full effect.
In full effect.
It was good, though. And do you know what? Bally was the voice of reason for me.
Yeah.
At half.
For you.
For me.
For mine, for yours.
She really, really sorted me out nicely.
Yeah.
I'm just getting a lot of help from people in Sydney when I get into mental spirals,
So you're saying...
Whether it's Georgia Runs or Sarah Bell, someone's pulling me out of a mental jam, Deeble.
Was it? Is this during halftime? Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
You're spiraling.
Oh, absolutely. I was going, well, this year's fucked. We're going to have to front up.
Are we just not as good as we thought we were?
Have we overrated the list? Has everyone regressed? I'm going to have to front up to the Monday Blues podcast and have a chat to those boys again. Deebs is going to have to go on Blue Abroad. And we're going to, forever be, we're going to be on the back foot for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But it wasn't to be. And Bally knew that.
Yeah.
She's wise beyond her years. I
had a bit of a belly moment.
Did you?
To be honest, at the Rising Sun.
Sure.
You're gonna hate this.
Oh God.
And I didn't think I didn't do it purposely, but it's just the way it played out.
Can't wait.
We obviously got the new True Bloods caps.
Yes.
So there's only about 15 or 20 hats left in the store. Make sure you get on. Click the link in bio. So I was wearing the new True Bloods hat to the riser, and I was wearing it front ways, and I was getting a bit stressed.
Oh, you're kidding me.
And I've gone the
say it.
I've gone the reverso.
Don't say it.
I've gone the reverso sneako.
No.
After half time.
Oh no.
12 of the best, Clarko.
Oh, when we can't be. Cut that out, Reese.
We're a big crystals pod. We're a big big, what are the things that they put in the paper?
The horoscopes.
Big horoscope pod, and a big wear your hat backwards pod to make sure things happen.
Sure. Fucking hell. Oh, hold on. My hair needs to be tied on this side. Oh, my God.
But, paid dividends this time.
Paid dividends. Well, some people would think that.
Did you get a feed at the bat and ball?
Didn't, and that probably did me in later in the evening, to be honest.
Marco.
You're normally the one. Mate, it was rammed.
Yeah.
It was so busy.
Yeah.
I did see Josh Fryser, Tom Burns, and their friend, I'm going to say his name was Nathan.
Yeah.
Big Carlton supporters came and had a beer at the bat and ball, which was good.
I'm pretty sure you saw the Mystic D Pasquale.
Oh, you bet I did. He came and gave me a hug and took a tumble, the big fella, but we got him up.
Prone to a tumble at the bat. Not the first time he's gone down.
To a tumble. It's because it's in that back sort of area.
Yeah.
It's very uneven.
It is.
Sydney don't take their OHS as seriously as they probably should as a broader city. But yeah, he's all smiles. He's a very, very happy boy.
Absolutely.
And very supportive. So thank you, Zach. A lot of people asking where Ali Habak is.
Yeah.
And I was asking myself that question too, Deeps. But I'll tell you what, when I got back to the bat and ball after the game, through a haze of smoke and various punters at the bat and ball, there's Greg on the Goldie.
Greg on the Goldie was there?
Sitting there with a crisp beverage. And I said, that's where I'm sitting. That's where I'm sitting for the next 45 minutes to an hour because I really enjoy being around.
Did Greg on the Goldie want to pop a bottle of red?
I said to him, that's got to be out there for us at some stage this year. He said, absolutely.
Maybe went a little bit cooler in Sydney. That might be the time.
It was not red drinking weather, I'll tell you that much, for free.
Any other notables?
Your garden variety sort of bolted on faithful. You got your Sarah Tillies, you got Chris Tilly, Sarah's mum.
Shout out.
Yeah, you got your Liz Brandts, you've got your
Big
Matt
Phils.
Donnellys, you've got your Big Phils, you've got your Tommy Grattans. Tommy Grattan's dad, Mick.
Shout out, Mick.
Carlton supporter.
Yeah.
He was there to the end of the Columbian.
Yeah, very good.
A few punters at the Columbian, I'll tell you what.
It's the way to go.
Wow. Who else was there? I don't want to. Oh, there were
few up the potties.
Plenty up the potties.
Yeah.
Tyrone, who's around.
Yep.
Floating around. Who else?
So you don't want to miss anyone out.
Don't want to miss anyone.
Sure, there's some notable mentions, but
when I think of them, when they come to me, I'll let people know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Weary Connell, Kieran.
Yeah, very good.
It was fantastic. Matt Donnelly was good. I sat next to Matt Donnelly.
Donalds.
Yeah. Big Phil was good.
Big Phil's great.
Oh, he's always good.
He's a one for the. He loves him. He's entertaining.
He's very entertaining to sit next to. And Riser, good vibe.
Riser, mate. You know what was near? You had Justin McInerney best on ground, but you know who was a close second?
Your dad.
The Wagyu rump.
No, sure.
The Wagyu rump, Clarko. Medium rare, mushroom sauce, chips, the salad.
How much of the salad?
Name a better
How
steak.
much of the salad did you get through?
All of it.
Did you?
All of it. Name a better steak in Melbourne. You can't.
You can't,
That's exactly
faithful.
right, Naz. Phenomenal. John, Annalise, the hospitality, superb as always. And this isn't even a pump up because, they're sponsoring the pod all year.
It's just a good environment.
It's just... When you got something as reliable as the Rising Sun and the Steaks, you simply got to try it, Clarko.
Did Ernie fix up the raffle this time?
Oh, you might have to have a chat to him.
Yeah, sure.
But, they've opened it up this year. Instead of having, the smaller prizes as they normally do, they've got vouchers this
smart,
year. So
smart.
there's a few things. So I think you got
The
your...
smaller prizes, some of them are
I think you got your 10, your 30, your 50, and your riser voucher as
good.
well. So
I reckon he might try and throw a punch at me if I tell him
How to do
if I
his
tell
thing.
him how to do his
That's
core
right.
role,
Yep.
which is fair enough.
yeah, but Marty was down there looking after Ernie as always. The vibes were high. There were plenty of punters in the pub as well with the Grand Prix across the road.
Oh, sure.
As well. So, phenomenal down at the Riser. There's definitely a game out there for us. I don't think it'll be this week. I am in the Hunter Valley for a wedding on Saturday night.
Now, you've had the Bucks 1 week before the wedding.
Yes.
That's
Yes, everyone got
risky.
through unscathed.
That's risky.
I am here with bells on, Clark. I reckon I look pretty fresh for
You
mine.
look good for yours.
Thank you. After a big weekend, I've come back with a spring in my step. I'm ready to go this week for the wedding.
Yeah, it's
and then
good.
we're back into full Schwannies mode.
Hunter Valley. Is there a trip down to Tomo's?
To Colburn.
Yeah. Pecolbin. Pecolbin.
Yeah, look, I'm a very busy man, Clarko. I don't know if I'll
sure.
get to Colburn, but,
But is it what's the vicinity like?
I would have to get it in my Google Maps.
in the Google Maps. Is
There
that
you
right
go,
next to the
wedding-
Google Define?
Wedding maps to Thomas Wines, and then I'll let you know, Clarko. All right?
Thomas Wines. Wow.
Wow.
Get there.
Get there. He'll be on board later.
Very good. No, it was good to get up to Sydney. You'll have to come up next time. Maybe one time if you want to come up with me, that'd be nice.
100%.
Be good.
There's a game out there for us.
Be
Maybe
good.
there's that Perth trip that we've been talking about.
Yeah,
But that might just about wrap up the social
That
scene.
might.
Clarko, we'll be back.
This is Mads from True Bloods. I really, really care about what I wear. And when I go to the footy, I want to make sure I have the best piece of vintage Swannies merch on. And where do I go to get that? I go to Footy Finds on Instagram. Mitchie has been doing phenomenal work for many, many years, getting these sensational one-off pieces out to the faithful, because we all know merch these days just doesn't cut it. So head over to Footy Finds and he'll sort you out.
Welcome back to True Bloods.
Yes.
1 and zip.
Yes.
Good start.
Go, boys.
Much rather be 1 and zip than zip and 1.
Oh,
Clarko.
name a worse way to start the season.
You can't.
You can't. Especially getting pantsed. Geelong wouldn't be overly thrilled.
Geelong wouldn't be thrilled. Carlton season's over. Apparently Saints season's over too.
Hey, mate, if you were a Saints, think about how excited Carlton supporters were.
Yeah.
Saints supporters have a genuine reason to be excited because they've made wholesale changes to improve their list.
Yeah.
And they were hard to watch.
Yeah.
Really hard to watch.
Yeah. It
Like their disposal inside 50 was probably some of the worst I've ever seen.
now while we're talking about opposition teams, Naz, the $2 million man,
I just can't
get
cop
tagged
a
out of the
tag.
game.
Can't cop a tag.
You got to do it every time you play St Kilda, don't you?
He's exposed himself immediately.
Yeah.
Right. It was a coaching disgrace from Ross Lyon. He's not amended how he coaches in the better part of 20 years.
For sure.
And he's a heavily overrated coach. And when we play St Kilda, James Jordan will be
Straight
like
to Naz.
literally, he will climb inside the same jumper that Naz is wearing,
Yeah.
and he will hold on to him like a koala the entire game.
It's fun.
And he will not be able to do a fucking thing about it.
the whole Naz thing, other the A graders, like when you go back to like Sam McClure's list and things, one of his things he's got to do it in back-to-back years.
Yeah.
Right? He did it once last year, put together a ripping sort of 10 weeks of footy, and then he was the biggest thing, signed the $2 million deal, And I'm not subscribed to.
No, I'm not sold.
Is he in the wussy boy Dacos?
Could be.
Like, what do you call it? Can't think of the right word.
Spectrum?
Up there with the best in the competition. I think he's maybe a top 10 player at his best, but he definitely hasn't got the consistency of some of those A grades.
The difference between his best and him going missing completely is significant.
That's right.
Because he did go missing a lot. Anyway,
right.
This is not the Nazire Wang and Ed Malira podcast.
Talking point.
But you bet it is because we have Brisbane next week at the SCG.
Lions.
The Lions. Now, we watch with great delight a fantastic football game against the Western Bulldogs, which they lose. A very gutsy effort from the Dogs for mine, Deeps.
For yours.
But they also lose the Scottish suitcase, Hugh McCluggage, to a calf.
Yep.
That's got to be at least 3 weeks. Zach Bailey gets, a week?
Correct.
Darcy
accepted the ban too. Won't be challenging.
Darcy Gardner gets 2, and they've challenged that. No, 1, and they're challenging that.
Correct.
And Harris Andrews gets 3, and they're challenging that. The best they could hope for would be to get that down to 2.
2 weeks.
So we're going to be without Harris Andrews, without Zach Bailey, without Hugh McCluggage. They said Logan Morris was playing with a fractured hand. Well, maybe this week's the week to rest him. I don't know. But if he's playing with a fractured hand, maybe you should rest him. But who's
going to play on Chucky Curnow?
Chuck Curnow. They hate it. They hate it when we call him Chuck.
Nah, I like it. There's only been one person on Twitter. Shout out to whoever you are. And look, I take it as engagement. I don't take it personally whatsoever. But I rate Chucky.
Chuck's good.
Can we get some?
Drop a comment in the YouTubes.
Comment in the comments. In the comments. Drop a comment. Please engage with us in the comments.
Please engage with us across all platforms. And while you're there, drop us a rating on Apple Podcasts because it's not because we necessarily want the rating. We just love reading them. So engage with us on your Twitters or X, formerly Twitter. On Truth Social, the one Donald Trump's on. We're on there too, I think, I suppose. We're on your Instas, we're on your Facebooks, we're on your TikToks.
That's right.
Yeah, just engage with us across all platforms. It keeps these bright lights on.
Thumbs up if you're with the Chucky Curnow nickname, because I reckon it rolls off the tongue nicely for mine.
For yours. But look, this presents a wonderful opportunity for our football club.
Yep.
Because they are a good side. They are the back-to-back premiers, and they are down on cattle.
Talk about a side that bats deep, Clarko. Depth in list. The Lions are the ones who, probably lead the competition in that facet of the game. So, they're losing a few. That back line could be looking a little bit thin, per se, Clarko. But there's definitely still some quality there. So
they bat deep, but I mean, we've, as we say, in terms of wholesale change, we've made changes to make situations like this a lot harder for opposition because Charlie Curnow, I don't know who would be playing on him for yours, Deeps.
For mine, question without notice.
Yes.
I don't really know.
That's the thing.
Ryan Lester? Well, that's a mismatch. That's who you're about.
That's a mismatch.
Who you're left with.
That's a mismatch.
It's because you got the two guys. Who was the one who Darcy Gardner? He was even playing back a little bit, wasn't he?
Darcy Gardner was playing back the whole time.
And then you're taking the two guys. Ryan Lester's your man.
Yeah. Well, that's fun for Charlie because that's a mismatch.
Isolation, please.
I'm not saying this is now all of a sudden a 5-goal win. I'm just saying it when we saw it all last year. When you're depleted of key position players, makes the continuity of everything that you've been doing pre-season. That's out the window.
It's a bit of a flow-on effect to what it does to the rest.
Yeah.
Especially your forward line. Is it someone like Oscar Allen who's got to go back potentially?
Sure.
He got thrown back a couple of times last year for West Coast. So could be someone like him that goes back. But, that game on the weekend, it's 7 goals to 3 in the last quarter and the Dogs run over the top of the Lions. And, testing conditions always up there in Brisbane.
For sure. But you think their conditions, Brisbane, are more sort of acclimatised to,
Absolutely. It's still zapping, though. It takes it out of you.
Oh, yeah, it takes it out of you.
What have they had? They're going to have 7 days recovery. We're going to have 10, 11 days recovery.
That's good.
So, everything's pointing in our favour. Lockie Neal still had the 39 touches. You've got Dane Zorko doing his thing. Josh Dunkley, he's probably going to have a tagging, negating role.
I'll tell you
Isaac Heaney.
who was back in form.
Who's that?
Charlie Cameron.
How many did he get on the
Big
weekend?
time. He was absolutely flying on the
Four.
weekend.
4 for the great man.
He's back.
3 for Logan Morris.
Yep.
So,
But he dead set is playing with a fractured hand. So maybe no, Logan Morris.
Logan Morris, sorry.
So maybe if you go up to him, who was doing it that one time? Was it the Scott brothers? Was it the Scott brothers just hitting the hand?
Jeez, you nearly would have gone.
Scumbags.
Yeah. Yeah, could have been. Could well have been.
It sounds like so. No, they were ramming into Nick Rewalt after he'd broken his collarbone.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That's right.
Footy's changed, isn't it?
It has.
Jeez.
We saw the blueprint to beating the Lions last year. We went. I was up at that game, sort of round 19, round 20 last year.
Yep.
And that quick ball movement on the Gabba got it done. It's at the SCG this time. Is it that ball movement that's going to be the way to beat the Lions this week?
It's about the overlap and it's about breaking lines, but not with long kicks, not with the precision, the low kicks. Is that
Would you call this your Chadstone Toyotas keys to the game?
Absolutely, I would. And this is maintaining possession of the football from the get-go and just running them absolutely ragged.
Yeah.
From D50 into Charlie Curnow, into Joel Amati, into Logan McDonald, into Haynes. It's breaking lines. It's not allowing them to intercept because they're great at that too.
Yeah.
It's maintaining possession of the football and delivering it inside 50 with precision is my Chadstone Toyota key to the game.
My Chadstone Toyota's key to the game, my man, Chad Warner. I think he's going to have 25 and kick 3 snags. Clark, I think he's going to push forward of the footy. He's going to get separation like he did from his opponent last week, I should say, and he's going to do it again this week. I think he's really building up into some good form. We know how damaging the Chad can be, but he's my Chadstone Toyota. Key to the game. We pick up the Hilux tomorrow, Clark.
Wow.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
Sensation.
150 kilowatts of power, 500 Newton meters of torque, Clarko.
Sir Isaac Newton.
We're a big physics pod.
Big physics pod.
Clarko, but we're looking forward to picking that up, getting some content in that, and I reckon next week after a dub over the Lions, we'll be picking up that brand new Hilux. We're looking forward to it.
Is that a hybrid?
No. It's a diesel engine. 150 kilowatts of power, 500 Newton meters of torque, Clarko. Very good.
Very good. Geez, thanks for Chadstone Toyota for coming on board and providing us with that wonderful Toyota Hilux. Do you see there being a role for the great James Jordan?
I think you have to.
Is it Lockie Neal?
I think it has to be.
Yeah, I think it has to be too.
Yeah.
You can't let him do that. Can't let him have 39 of the best.
You can't. You just simply cannot. Who are the other midfield weapons who you've definitely got to...
Well, McCluggage is out.
Yes, he would be the other one.
He's out now. He made 40.
Yeah.
He's gone, Yeah. So I think it's Lockie Neal.
Look, let's just have a look at the potential options.
I think it's Lockie Neal.
You're
going to have Zorko racks him up. McCluggage racks him up. Lockie Neal racks him up. There would be also, by and large.
That's about it.
Yeah.
No. 100%. In terms of taggables, your two sitting there are your Lockie Neals and your Dane Zorkos.
Yep.
And you simply cannot...
Dane Zorko's damaging, but not as damaging as...
Dane Zorko's assess it how it's going during the game. If he's having 15 touches in a quarter and setting him up off half-back, have to negate that. Whether that's James Jordan, I don't know, but that's a really big test. Lockie Neal, 2-time Brownlow medalist. Definitely his off-season efforts haven't affected his footy, that's for sure.
Nor should it. He's a professional athlete.
That's right.
Get on with it.
It does to a lot of players, though, Clarko. Well, that's for sure.
Just get another career. Do you see any changes that we would need to make?
Nothing forced, right?
No.
No suspensions. Few fines for the boys with the wrestles going on.
Bit of a melee.
Melee. There'll be a few donations to the AFL's end of year Christmas party. One would have thought. I think we had Errol had one, Chad had
Did
one.
you like when Chad was when it was like a fucking 8-on-1 and Errol was celebrating and then he saw it and just made a beeline, I think, and jumped on Sam Walsh.
Walsh, yeah.
Good gear.
Yeah, it's
we
good gear.
they are fake tough guys.
So fake, man.
We're the real deal. I'm telling you right now, we love it.
Yeah, I think
We love it.
I think if we are honest with ourselves, we probably had a little bit of that fakeness up until last year, I
Yeah.
reckon. There's like a little of that false
Do
bravado.
you think that Nick Dacos stuff, the Ryan Clark, do you
Yes.
think that was fake tough guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Like you can try and generate it, but there's some genuine. I think you just get that with these guys who are now 4, 5, 6 years in the league.
Yeah.
They're match tough, they're hard, and they know these situations, and they're a bit smarter about how they show that toughness.
It's like how, Chad going at the crowd and things like that.
Yeah.
It's what a bit of bravado is what we really like to see.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm not making any changes. I was spooking, as I say, the 2-ruck solution.
Yeah.
I talk about a 2-state solution. We're talking about a 2-ruck solution here. I believe
So
that there is room for Peter Laddams.
They played 2 rucks
Yeah.
on the weekend. Brisbane did.
Yeah.
Darcy fought, and here's one that's going to test you. I don't reckon you've heard of him either. Zane Zakostalowski.
Yeah, sure. Sounds like some sort of ice hockey player.
Zakostalowski.
No, I've never heard
Mike
of him.
Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Wazowski.
I wouldn't know him if he stood up in my porridge, my gluten-free porridge tables. But
That's grim.
that's good. No,
A gluten-free porridge.
it might.
Gee whiz, faithful.
Well, you wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't.
Name
often.
something more grim.
Yeah.
You can't.
Oh, there's plenty more grim gluten-free stuff out there. Don't worry about that, mate.
Oh.
The porridge is okay.
Okay.
Because like oats are actually naturally gluten-free.
Yeah.
There's some shocking gluten. I had some gluten-free crumpets today that were fucking awful, like horrific.
What brand? What brand?
Oh, I'm not even going to disparage them because I need them.
Sure.
I need them to be operating.
Yeah. Quick shout out, O'Brien.
Oh, shout out to O'Brien's. Always shout
Yeah,
out.
we
to
did go
O'Brien's.
searching for some sponsorship off O'Brien's. Didn't quite come to the party, but you did get a
Got a
free slab
slab.
of beers.
Yep, got a slab. That's gone.
Gone.
That's gone.
Surprising.
Yeah.
Not surprising, I should say.
So that's gone, but we love O'Brien's and I'll continue drinking them and spruiking the great name of O'Brien beer.
Yeah.
Rebellion Brewing.
Yeah. As like we talk about our side, really even contributions
Yes.
across. Like you look at the guys, like stats aren't everything, but like Paps has only had the 9.
No, but he's
limited
managed-
game time, and
managed,
he
yeah.
had impact, right? Sammy Wicks plays a role. Lewis Malikan, not expected big stats, and Joel, while only has the 7 touches, has had the 4 marks and 3 goals.
You know who I think did have lost a step, right? Jake Lloyd has lost a step.
I thought he was fine.
He was good, but he's lost
There were
a
a
step. I'm
few-
just saying I'm seeing their age.
Yeah. Is it because you're looking?
No, I'm not.
I didn't see any passages where I was like, ooh.
Rams is slower.
Yeah, I didn't see it from Ramps either on the
did.
TV. Like, so
did.
something you can pick up at the game. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Great.
they
You're
both-
riding Dane Rampier.
Oh yeah,
You're riding him off.
Drop him now. Drop him now. In fact,
Dane,
don't.
Dane, Clarko's gone for your age.
Yeah, don't come back Monday.
I love you, Dane.
Don't come back Monday. No, I'm just saying.
I'm not concerned about it.
I'm not concerned about it either.
Yeah,
Just saying something to note.
sure.
Something to note.
But yeah,
Uh,
force changes. There isn't one. Name one. You can't.
Can't.
So I think we.
Because
and-
who's banging down the door?
Well, they had a big win over Southport or something like that.
Sure.
In a little hit out,
Sure.
nearly 100-point dub.
Oh, sure.
All
Hey,
the usual suspects doing their thing back there.
If Angus Sheldrick
Yep.
isn't constantly, or I'm not constantly, frequently speaking to Josh Kennedy on the phone,
Well,
he needs to be.
have you done all that you can?
Well, he needs. I'm.
Hey,
gonna
have you done all that you can?
Well,
Take things into your
I'm
second time
pretty
you've
sure.
mentioned it.
I'm pretty sure the club would have suggested that because they play a similar role, and he just needs to fix his disposal, Deeps. You can't be butchering the footy that much.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know your role. There's other guys that are the precision kicks. You can't be butchering the footy that much.
Yeah.
He turned it over frequently.
Yeah, he did. He did a couple of times. Good to see him finish that goal.
It was great. Dude, I'm a big fan. I believe I said it at the start of the pod. I'm really, really excited from what I saw in the Pracky games and the match sim. He's going to be a really important cog in our system. Yep. He just needs to fix his fucking disposal because it killed us a couple of times.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm on board. On board. Swannies by how far, Clarko?
I think we win by 9 points in a close one.
Yeah. Now,
you? What about you? What do you think for yours?
Swannies by 24 points.
24 points. A sizable victory over the reigning premiers.
Well, I went 6 goals last week and we won by 10, Clarko. We never tip us by 10 goals, do we?
No, we don't. We never do that.
That's because we're a big
fuck. Oh God, what's the word?
Superstitious.
You need a mic.
Big superstition.
You need a goddamn mic.
Hats backwards.
Hey, where are you?
Can't tip us by 10
Where are you
goals.
on the tipping, Deeps?
No good. I tipped 2.
So did I.
2 out of 5.
Where are you sitting?
70th?
I'm sitting 135th.
Is that where I was? No, 133rd of you.
Easy.
There we go. Great start. We can't win it anyway, so there's no point. How many did you tip, Reese?
I didn't have a good one. 2 out of 5.
Yeah,
I think
pretty
most
stock
people
standard.
tip
If you
2.
tipped the favourites, it was probably 2. Leaders on 4.
Yeah, Dale Baldwin.
Yeah,
up on 4.
no, you don't get read out yet.
No, I'm going to read
Too
them
many
out.
on 4.
There's a lot.
Yeah, just not yet. 5 rounds in, Club.
Muzzer. Big Muzzer, man.
Then you get on the list. Thursday night footy. The Baggers v Carlton. The Baggers v Richmond.
If they lose.
Oh, my God.
If they lose.
I'd love to see it.
If they lose, it's Vossi's in trouble.
Yeah.
Vossi might not make it to round 5.
Yeah. There's every chance. Well, and they've got like Carlton. They've got like Carlton. They've got the Tigers.
They wish they had Carlton.
North Melbourne.
Yes.
There's a few wins that I'm pretty sure I've heard him say if we aren't 3-1, we're in big strife.
Yeah.
Like, big strife. But do they win, Clarko?
I don't think they do.
You're tipping the Tigers.
Tipping the Tigers.
I'll tip the Blues. Just.
Throwing them a bone, are you?
No bone. Just like should win. Should win.
Oh, pretty shit, mate.
Some of their supporters need to pull their head in.
Mate.
Oh,
mate.
It's unbelievable.
Mate, it's fucked.
Like that Prime Walsh.
Prime Walsh.
Prime Walsh on Twitter.
Fucking get in the bin, mate.
Anyone wants to come for a scrap, come to this thing at the SCG, and then deletes it like a wussy boy. Prime Walsh, wussy boy. Like, at least be tough and stand up to it and put a face to your account, you wuss. Far out. Name a more sookier club. You can't.
You can't.
Friday night, Essendon and the Hawks.
Hawthorn.
Hawkers. Saturday afternoon, we've got the Dogs and the Giants.
Oh.
Surprising. Wasn't it? The Giants
really good.
on the weekend.
Jake Stringer in a contract here. Death, taxes, and.
Play well. 5 goals, 4. Could have had 7, 8.
Yeah. Tom, I saw a comment saying Tom Hanks, who was at the game, probably thinks he's the best player to ever pull on boots.
Yeah,
oh, shit, who's
right.
this guy? Sorry, he's just up for contract, Tom.
Dogs for mine.
Dogs for yours. Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Down at GMHBA at the Beach House,
The
got
Beach House.
Geelong and Freo.
Now, everybody's rating Freo like they're a step away from. They've got one hand on the cup. Geelong will win this game. Oh, they're frauds. I'm calling it now. Freo are frauds.
Yeah, Cats for mine as well. The Swannies get the dub. Then we've got Collingwood and the Adelaide Crows. Collingwood favourites.
At the MCG.
That's right.
They rarely play there, so anytime they do play there, you have to tip them. I think it'll be Collingwood. They've really impressed me.
Crows for mine.
For yours.
Sunday afternoon, we've got North Melbourne and Port Adelaide.
You know what? Will be a North
Out
boil
we come,
over.
out
Yeah.
we come, out we come. To
Just
play.
for recreation, so I can pass the time away.
You're a big fan of that song, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a good one.
I don't mind it.
Lots of fun. Heaps of fun.
Anything with the tempo change,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of.
So
So
join
join
in the
in.
chorus. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I reckon North.
North Melbourne for their song.
Yeah, so we can hear it. Melbourne and St Kilda. No, do you know what? Port should win that.
Go back.
Port should come.
I'm gonna tip North.
Yeah, good. Melbourne versus St Kilda. Now this is fascinating. This is fascinating.
Yeah.
Because I reckon St Kilda are in a lot of strife.
Yeah.
Just seeing the way they were moving the football, they are in a lot of strife. They have got a lot of NPCs.
Well, man,
Wilson should never set foot on an AFL ground again. Never. Like, there's not one thing that man did that was positive. Not one thing.
like you talk about wholesale change, Clarko. What, you go and get Jack Salvani,
He was okay.
C plus B,
Yeah.
B player at
Yeah.
best. You go get TDK.
He was great.
1.7.
He was great on the
1.7
weekend, though.
million worth, great?
Yeah, but he was great. He was great.
Okay.
He was really good.
I still think he's a B.
Did you
B
watch the game?
grader. Not much of it.
Okay, he was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. But he's still B plus player. Who was their other recruit? They had another one.
Yeah, it's well, no, there was TDK,
Silvani.
and Sam Flanders. Now
Flanders.
that's, as Hank Horn said, there's a bit of buyer's remorse already there.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
again, like all of them, it's like all of them are a clone of Petrarca and Oliver 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just bombing it in. Owens is the only person who can actually find the big six. Higgins was nowhere.
Yeah.
Garcia, shocking. It's just looked. It was hard work watching it.
List build. It's just like questioning it.
Questioning.
Yeah. Gold Coast and West Coast.
But hold on, I think Melbourne can win that game.
I'm tipping Melbourne too.
Yeah. Gold Coast will be hard to beat this year.
Gold Coast for mine as
For
well.
yours.
Very good, Clarko. Saturday night game for us. I will be at a wedding, so I'll be try not to be antisocial. I'll be checking the scores as I can.
You'll be that guy at the wedding.
I don't want to
except
be.
you're in the groom's party, aren't you?
groom's party.
You can't sit up there at the front. Is there a front table sort of set up? You're not going to sit up there watching parts of the game on your iPhone, I don't think. I don't think you're going to be doing that.
Yeah, if it's like that, you got no chance. Hopefully, it's just a table towards the front, and then you're half a chance. But so I'll be relying on you for some updates on what's really going. Hopefully, there's another dub out there for us.
Are you walking in with some girl when you do the sort of walk into the
I would
reception?
have thought so.
Well, you haven't worked
Would have
that out
thought so.
yet?
Well, you get that typically only happens a day or two before the wedding.
Interesting.
So. When it's interstate,
Yeah,
you
sure.
can't just get up there and I'm sure the practice will be,
Sure.
a day or two before the wedding.
Yeah. Could meet your next wife there. Who knows?
They're from England as Sam's wife.
Imagine that.
Or
You
to
could
be
become
wife.
the inverse Pommy in Oz. You could be the Oz in Pommy
The Oz
land.
in Pommy. Hey, then you wouldn't have me, buddy.
I can't have that.
You can't be hoping
Can't
that.
have that. No, I'm just saying these are all options. You never know, Dave. It's a good place to meet
Got
people.
to fit into my lifestyle, buddy, not me fit into theirs. Maybe that's my problem.
That's your problem.
No,
All right, good stuff.
very good,
stuff.
mate. Well, this has been True Bloods. We are the number one independent Sydney Swans fan podcast. We're number one in your hearts and number one on the charts. We're speaking words of wisdom
Up the potty.